How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to a brand new video. Before I start this Charlie Kirk video, I just want to say I know I have not been uploading in a little bit of a while. I had some issues going on in my personal life that I do not want to get into in this video. But anyway, so in this video, we're going to be talking about the man, the myth, the legend, Charlie Kirk. Now, I know you guys are thinking, well, what up, guys? Why are you talking about somebody else's death? That's very disrespectful and exploiting this for views and attention, and you obviously do not like Charlie Kirk. Well, first of all, I was a big fan of Charlie Kirk for a while, not until the first Groiper War, which I'll get into here in a minute. But I'm making this video because, like, number one, I want to talk about my experience of how I knew Charlie Kirk to begin with, and also I want to talk about the truth about Charlie Kirk's assassination, and I want to also talk about why I think these conspiracy theories on Charlie Kirk's death are bullshit. How I heard of Charlie Kirk was back in 2017 after I encountered Ben Shapiro speaking on college campuses when he was debating these SJWs and radical leftists. That was when I was exposed to conservative content, and I came across other conservative influencers such as Charlie Kirk and Matt Walsh. To keep it short, I was a mainstream conservative, not until back in 2019, where there was a debate between Charlie Kirk and the Groipers, who subscribed to paleo-conservative issues such as moratorium on immigration, no foreign aid to Israel. At the time, I didn't know what the Groipers were talking about, not until I read books by Pat Buchanan, Peter Brimlow, and Douglas Reed. Since then, I abandoned the mainstream conservative space and joined the paleocons and the Groipers. And yes, I didn't agree with Charlie Kirk on many issues, but I did respect him for putting his faith at the center of every speech. The guy who I used to look up to got shot and really devastated me. And that was one of the reasons why I was hesitant to make this video. Not until I discovered these conspiracy theories about Charlie Kirk. I wanted to make this video to destroy the lies and give you all the real truth behind the assassination. The first conspiracy theory I want to introduce to you guys is that there is this country in the Middle East called Israel. Apparently people are accusing this country for killing Charlie Kirk. Now, I want you guys to keep this in mind that Israel has been behind when it comes to 9/11, the JFK. So all of that I agree, but Israel is responsible for killing a conservative influencer who is not even part of the U.S. government. Apparently they're responsible for killing that guy who is known for talking to college students at a college campus. I don't really buy that one bit. And now, look, it's not to say that Israel isn't 100% not part of it or is 100% part of it. Maybe they have played some of a role in it, but I don't think there's like a group of Jews that are responsible for killing Charlie Kirk. I think if anything, it was a far left communist who basically is a homosexual. I mean, we'll get into that here in a minute, but I want to talk about something strange about this conspiracy theory. Now, you guys are wondering, oh, what up, guys? Who is blaming Israel for killing Charlie Kirk? Well, apparently some guy named Max Blumenthal. And I want you guys to keep in mind, he is actually Jewish himself. He is the son of a hardcore Zionist who used to work for Bill Clinton, and he's also a big supporter of Israel. Yes, we're talking about a guy named Sidney Blumenthal. So his son wrote an article blaming Israel for being behind this assassination. Now, I want you guys to keep in mind that this is the same guy who slandered Nick Fuentes. And by the way, Nick Fuentes is super critical of Israel and the Jews themselves, the same people who killed Jesus Christ. So who is more of a true teller? Nick Fuentes, who is a white Christian man who is trying to put America first, and he's not a big fan of Israel, by the way, I'll say that much. Or Max Blumenthal, who is a Jew. So you tell me, I mean, which side are you going to pick? I mean, I would rather pick Nick Fuentes over Max Blumenthal any day of the week. But the thing with this source, I want you guys to keep in mind, if you look closely, it talks about how Charlie Kirk received $150 million by Israel, and not only that, but he refused the deal. And so then he had a meeting with Bill Ackman, Seth Dillon, and all these other Jewish Zionists, basically talking about his dual allegiance or his support for Israel, whatever. And he basically, I don't know, I'm just kind of summarizing the whole meeting, but Apparently, he was critical of Israel during that meeting. And not only that, but he also decided to cancel his trip to Israel 2 weeks before he got shot and killed. Now, mind you all, I get a lot of it kind of leaves. Maybe it is kind of indicative to see all of that and then, to quickly draw your own conclusion. Oh, Israel is obviously behind the assassination, when in reality it's like, first of all, it's not that obvious. I mean, you need to have more evidence of that. But so far, there are people like E. Michael Jones on Twitter who is retweeting this weird conspiracy theory that somebody had like a palm gun to shoot Charlie Kirk. I mean, I don't know. I just don't think it's really that possible. Now, the second conspiracy theory, if you guys want to call it conspiracy theory, but all of this has to do with text messages, guys. Again, I don't know how this proves that, Tyler Robinson didn't kill Charlie Kirk. I don't know how this proves that the state of Israel, they were, the bunch of little tiny hat Jews were involved in. But apparently, there are text messages that have been exchanged between Charlie Kirk and Candace Coonance. And apparently, according to Charlie Kirk, he said that he lost $2 million a year because of, apparently he invited this guy named Tucker Carlson. Now, if you guys are not keeping up to date with Tucker Carlson, he's a big critic of Israel. I don't think he's really 100% anti-Zionist or anti-Israel. Apparently, according to him, he's okay with the state of Israel to exist and all that, but, he just doesn't like the military aid and all that stuff, so that's why he's a huge critic. I don't know, just a bunch of baloney, just taking a moderate position on the state of Israel. But anyway, but also according to Charlie Kirk, apparently if these text messages are true, which I highly doubt, but let's just say they are. Apparently he says that Jewish donors play into all the Jewish stereotypes, which is laughable. I don't think Charlie Kirk would ever say anything like that. All right, so to correct the part of this video, apparently according to one of his mentors or assistants, apparently the text messages are authentic according to this guy. Again, we don't know if they're still 100%, but this guy shared those text messages to governmental officials, and we still don't know how Candace Owens really got those text messages. And again, it doesn't matter who gave who the text messages. It doesn't clear up the evidence that Israel was behind the assassination. There's no evidence of that. But anyway, so I don't know. Candace Owens is making it look like Charlie Kirk is going at it with the state of Israel and stuff. And I guess according to her, these text messages prove that this is the case. By the way, here's my advice to somebody like Candace Owens. Look. It's one thing to make a video on somebody's death, basically giving all the facts and details. Candace Owens, on the other hand, she's not just exploiting a man's death. Okay, that's one thing. Now, here's what I mean by exploiting. I don't mean like she's randomly making a video on somebody's death and at the same time being disrespectful. No. She's not only making a video on somebody's death and monetizing it at the same time. That's where the exploitation comes to play here. But she's also supposedly fabricating these messages. I mean, how disgusting is Candace Owens? Can you explain to me, like, look, Candace Owens, here's the thing. The gig is up, okay? You have obviously fabricated these messages right here. Why the hell would you do anything like... Candace Owens, you're a Christian woman. Like, why would you do anything like this? And by the way, if you watch this video, she doesn't even mention that she was involved in these text messages between her and Charlie Kirk. So, again, what does this prove? Again, Candace Owens, can you explain to me, like, did you have, like, a third-party guest or guy to send text messages between this person and Charlie Kirk, or did you just randomly, like, fake, which seems like it seems like the second alternative is more true than the first one. Apparently, you pretty much did some inspect element or some shit to make it look like Charlie Kirk was going at it with Jewish donors or whatever. Anyways, I mean, all this just seems pretty pathetic, but anyways, that's going to do it for this video. Sorry if this video is like too short or whatever. I'm planning on maybe making a video like this sometime next week or whatever. Also, right now I'm dealing with pelvic issues, so once I get healed up, I'll finally pump out more content. But yeah, pray for me, guys. I'm not doing very well. But yeah, anyway, so thank you guys for watching this video, and peace out.